Whenever you're mixing, you're going to be making changes to lots of individual tracks, but normally you'll also be making changes to groups of tracks. So you might want to make a change to 2 tracks simultaneously, 10 tracks simultaneously. So there's lots of different ways to do that. In this session, I have no groups or anything like that created. You can look at creating things like VCA groups, which I've done a whole video on. You can also do things like doing aux send groups and things like that. But really simply, if you just want to move a couple faders around together, you don't need to make any complicated groups. If I select one track, obviously it's only going to change that track. If I select another one, it deselects the first one, so now I'm making changes on this one. But if I hold Command while I select another one, it allows me to select multiple. And if I keep holding Command, I can deselect individuals as well. And the cool thing with Logic is whatever is selected, that change that you make is going to apply to all of them together. So if I make a change here, you can see it's applying to all 3 of those faders. You can also select one, hold Shift, select another one, and it will select the whole range. And so I can make a change like this. And if I do the same thing, hold Shift, select a whole bunch, I can hold Command and deselect one in the middle or something like that. So I can do changes like this. This also is true for pans. So if I have these tracks selected, I can pan them both simultaneously. I can hold Option and click to return them to their default level. And if I click and drag across the name of the track, I can select a whole bunch simultaneously. And this is also true for things like sends. If I select these 2 tracks, I can come up here and go to a bus and set them to bus 2, and both tracks get sent to bus 2. They both are being controlled. I can even have one up a little and one up a lot. And then if I select them both, I can turn them both up or down relative to one another. So that's a nice trick. Works for sends, works for solo and mute as well. So all kinds of controls can be accessed as a group just by selecting multiple tracks. When I came from Pro Tools, I felt like I had to make a group for everything, but in Logic, you kind of don't. You can just sort of make your groups on the fly as you go. There are also, like I said, other ways to make groups, but these are some great tips for changing things as a group really easily without any fancy commands. Just keyboard strokes. Easy.